もういいよ見えてるものだけじゃほら理解できない心をもういいかいもういいかい選べない未来ならば僕らが選ぶはなんだ感情も妄想ももはや意味をなさないな崩れた街が似合つく確かなものなんてないわかるはずがないのにそれでも確かめたいのだから見せたくないものばかりを見せないから大事なものさえも見つからない綺麗なままでいることはできないじゃない僕らは進もうもう何回もういいかいもがき続けてきた今僕らは選べるだろうか肌も角ももはや意味をなさないな崩れた街が似合つく形あるものだけが正解ではないのにそれでも確かめたいのならば見せたくないものばかりを見せないから大事なものさえも見つからない綺麗なままでいることはできないじゃない僕らは進も確かなものなんてないわかるはずがないのにそれでも確かめたいのだから見せたくないものばかりを見せないから大事なものさえも見つからない綺麗なままでいることはできないじゃない僕らは進も
All right, we here. Let me switch the screen over real quick. All right. I never listened to the whole song. I was about to say this song long. Okay. But it was perfect. It was perfect. It said 4 minutes, but it seemed like I don't know. It seemed like it just got some little extra on the end.
Yeah,
But yes.
I need the visuals with it. Get rid of that.
Yeah, that's true. But they don't be playing. I was like, they be done took my shit down if I put them visuals up. But welcome. We're back and we're talking about Heavenly Delusion. I'm assuming that honestly, we probably won't have a lot of people watching this because I feel like this is a very slept on. Well, we won't have people watching it live. But I feel like this is a very slept on anime. We've been talking about spring anime and I've heard people talking about it and I've started to see it more in like the communities I'm a part of, like Reddit and stuff like that. But at first everybody was talking about Hell's Paradise and all this other stuff, and I don't think anybody was really checking for this one, but it has definitely shown up and it's become like my favorite anime of this season so far. What about you?
Definitely up there. Definitely right on up there. I'm actually enjoying this a little bit more than I'm enjoying Hell's Paradise. Like Hell's Paradise was a 3-4 episode slow burn for me to really feel locked in. But I watched that first episode, and by the end of it, I was like, all right, let's go ahead and start that next one. Let's go ahead and keep that going.
Yeah.
'Cause
It
was
had a
just,
chokehold on me for sure. Like
yeah.
my whole day was gone. I powered through, and when I got to the last episode that they had, I was so upset. I was angry. I was like, what? That can't be it. I like to the point where I started watching summer rendering only because I could not accept that I was done. I was like, no, they can't be, no. And then I went into like episode 1 of summer rendering. So that's literally how I started watching, because I just couldn't believe that that was it. I couldn't accept it. Hey, Coop Worldwide and Two Chopsticks. So yes, it's definitely great. What was your first thoughts when you saw this? Like, I know I told you to watch it. There's so much to talk about with this. We're gonna try to go into it, because I feel like this is one of those shows where you just vomit out thoughts, because there's theories and like what is going on. It's so different. I mean,
we jumped in at episode 9 too. Well, like talking about it as it's on episode 9. So there's a lot that has transpired so far. But first reactions was just, I just loved it. I initially loved it for the Studio Ghibli vibes that you get from the art style. Because I really do like the way the characters are. I don't know, it's just something so endearing about that type of character design.
Right. It is the way they draw them.
Then you immediately get your stomach ripped out from your butt unexpectedly when they start incorporating these monsters. And then that first scene,
oh my god,
the mom thought her son was still in there.
Oh my
that's
god,
when I knew what I was in for. That's when
I knew. I was like, this is gonna be the part where Twan is like, you know what, this might be for me. Even for me, it was scary, but to me, you know, I don't like gore, but I was like, I just could not stop watching. And that's when I know it's really good, because I can watch gore if it's a story behind it. That's like really intriguing enough. And when that happened and I still was like, okay, I'm gonna still watch it, I knew I was like hooked, because the way she got decapitated,
it went back for seconds and thirds.
Oh, it
like,
was
and it
terrible.
Wasn't even decapitation. It was like top of the
half
story.
Right? Yeah, it was giving like Demon Slayer.
By the episode 2, by the end of episode 2, I had cemented in my mind that this was like a love baby mashup between any Studio Ghibli movie,
right?
Promised Neverland and Parasite. It was like all three of those what I was getting from this show the entire time.
That's cute, because I was thinking like, Studio Ghibli, like I was thinking about Lost Paradise as well, or Paradise Lost. I was thinking about that too. And then it was also, I'm getting like, do I want to say like not Ghost in the Shell, but like some kind of post-apocalyptic sci-fi. Akira. It's giving Akira too.
Akira, okay, yeah.
It's definitely giving Akira with the kids and the powers and all that stuff. It's definitely giving Akira too.
Yeah, definitely with the powers portion. Because at first, like, I didn't even process fully that these kids had powers until there was that scene where that little frog girl with Froppy from My Hero Academia.
Right, that's what she came from. Not just the origin story.
Right, this is the origin story for Froppy. But yeah, I saw her jump up. Like, no, it didn't even like her jumping to that branch on that high ash tree wasn't even the trigger. It was the fact that she was still up there by the palm of her hands and feet.
Right.
I was like, wow.
I don't even think it hit me until she really started scaling that wall. Like, she just was like,
oh really? That's when it hit you?
Because first of all, look, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it through again, because I did not give a fuck about these kids. Like, when I was first watching, I was like, why they keep showing me these dusty kids? Girl, like,
not dusty children. I've been having
all the smoke for the kids, but I just remember thinking, because I don't know what I'm getting into. Like, and when I first started watching it, I'm just like, I want to see more monsters. Like, I'm trying to see what's up with these little monsters. And of course, at first, like, as you're watching it, you don't know that they're related exclusively. So you're just like, girl, y'all keep coming to this little school, and I'm trying to see these monsters. Like, so I was just really into that side. I was really into what Maru, and I don't even know her name, had going on. I was so into that I was not trying to see these little kids in this school, like, at all.
don't know. I was immediately interested just because, like I said, I really did enjoy that first season of Promised Neverland. At
Right,
least
yeah.
the first portion of that first season, like until the part where they escaped. After that, it started to go a little crazy. But I really enjoyed that. So I was kind of like in my head trying to constantly guess where their storyline, where their portion of the storyline was going. And it's just constant left turns. I still don't fully know what's going on.
Yeah.
I honestly have no real answers, just a
Idea.
series. And
Right.
what I'm hoping is, and I'm pray to God this doesn't happen, is that we're so wrapped up and enamored by the mystery and how we get there, and then the actual payoff be a huge letdown.
Which I feel like it's already starting to go that way, because we're gonna have to go. I think we're gonna have to go through this like episode by episode to some degree, because the way that they're revealing it is amazing. But I will say the moment where the kids snatched me in, okay, was when these kids are horny. These kids are horny, okay. I was like, hold on, what's going? Because one, I've been watching a lot of shonen, and if y'all follow me on TikTok, y'all know I had made a video talking about, as I started to get older, I need more mature themes. Like, and it's not just, shonen is cute, whatever, we've been in our shonen bag, but like, I need a little bit more mature theme. And it's not
that was actually the conversation that led us. We both in the same place, kind of, because that's the conversation that led you recommending this to me, because I was like, it's just, I feel like I'm missing a certain level of like psychological thriller, or
because like you feel like they try to raise the stakes and like be like, this is a mature anime, but a lot of anime don't really go there. Like let's just segue before we really go into episode breakdown into like how Hell's Paradise feels this same test for me. Like Hell's Paradise, I mean, I'm enjoying it, it's cute, but like I feel like what I want from Hell's Paradise is like Gantz level. Like, this is mature, bitch. Like, I want it to be that level. It is something about it that is missing the mark for me, and I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll say that last episode that just happened, episode 8 of Hell's Paradise, was one that had me more gripped, like on the edge of my seat.
Right.
That whole, the third Tan, the third Tan, pretty much showing up, kind of gagged me, and the despair wrapped up in all of that, and including his I liked his backstory, the blonde haired guy.
That was
and
cute.
I'm really interested, very much so interested in the little girl, the black, or
the girl, the village girl.
Yeah, I'm really
that
interested.
Was cute.
So I want to see, like, that was a good episode for me.
That was a good episode. That felt like it raised the stakes. But even still, like, I feel like when you're doing an anime that's like very mature though, like you need those moments where you're like, we're pressing the envelope. Like I'm not talking about fan service, because I don't think fan service is just whatever. Fan service just be around. But just like mature themes, I feel like Hell's Paradise isn't really like, it's death is a mature theme, but it's like, okay, people die, and y'all established people be dying in the show. But I feel like outside of that, they're not really, I don't know, it's just something missing. And I feel like Gantz had, like, for example, in Gantz, like you even had people hooking up. Like, remember they were in, I don't know if you remember, but like in that, they were waiting in the waiting area. Okay, so you remember that.
Oh, but they were turning up in Gantz.
They was turning up, but it's like moments like that it's not just for fan service. It's so that you know that no, this is really mature. Like, this is for adults, and like we're going to treat you like adults, and we're going to make you feel adult level despair. And that's what you're about to get into. When I see stuff like that, and I just don't see that in Hell's Paradise, but even them just introducing these kids just being so raw, and he walked up to that girl and was like, I just want to, first it started off real cute, and he was like, oh, I just think about you all the time. We're back on Heavenly Delusion, but he was like, I think about you all the time, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. He got a little crush, and then he started talking about he want to lick her. I was like, hold on. Hold the phone. What are we watching?
Oh, you talking about? No, this was the first episode. You talking about the kids?
Yeah, back in Heavenly Delusion, like that was one moment for me that was like, oh no, this is an adult story, honey. Like this is
the
cute.
thing with that, the thing with that is like these kids, I feel like they are either brought there or raised there from a very
Yeah.
early age where they don't have much
I think they
knowledge
test
of
tube
anything.
babies, honestly.
Probably, yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
get into that. I think they might be
Mhm.
too, but they were pretty much their whole knowledge of the world is what these people teach them, and they've made it very clear they never broached any conversation about reproduction,
Gender, nothing.
gender, any of that. And these kids are out in these woods making out, like talking about like, what do you want to do to me? I want to take your clothes off. I want
I'd
to
be like,
stare at you and
get
maybe
these
lick
kids.
you. What? That girl said, "You want to eat me?" He's like, not necessarily.
Because he was like, then you be gone.
Oh
I was
yeah,
like-
so like if you would, no, this is wild. This is absolutely wild, and this is.
But it
like,
was so
I'm not
good
gonna
for
lie.
like kids trying to explain sexual urges with no language for it.
Right, and
I really
that's the
appreciated
thing
it.
that made me not so cringe was that
Mhm.
this wasn't a thing. This didn't feel like fan service to weirdos.
No, it
You know,
wasn't
this
fan
was-
service.
This
Yeah.
is them really like studying these kids on what they
Kids,
naturally
right.
kind of quote unquote, because I think they even used the term. It was like, how did they invent kissing? Like
Yeah.
obviously if kissing is a thing, but like how did they come up with the concept of kissing and who to do it with and all this type of stuff? Like that's what makes it interesting for me and not the creepo.
Yeah. And I'm really interested in Kona because he's older than the rest of them, just by a little bit. He ain't an adult, but I think he's a year maybe or a year older than them maybe. I think they're 14, 15, they said in the last episode. So maybe he's
was
16.
that Kona's group that was like 15, 16? Because you said that about the younger kids, and
I think the
just not
younger
getting
ones are
14.
14. They said it. I think they're 14.
did?
I think they're 14. Because Maru's about 15. Well, is Maru 15? They had a conversation about their
Maru
age.
said that she was 18 definitely, but she said she could be 20.
Right,
18.
but he said he a couple years younger than her. But I think he's like 16, maybe 15,
He specifically
16.
is 15. She's
15, yeah.
between 18 to 20.
Yeah, so Maru's clearly the same age as the kids, most of the kids in there. I think they're 14, 15. I know Kona's older. I think he's about 16. Or
Okay,
17.
so actually,
he's
none of the
older.
kids' ages are known.
Yeah, not
All the kids'
specifically.
ages are kind of unknown. The only people that ages
Yeah.
that we do know is Tokio is 14.
Okay, so Tokio is 14, yeah, and they're all in the same class because even she was saying,
Kona's 17 years old.
yeah, because they were saying like he's the last one from his class that's alive. Because Asura was with him, it was him, and then they're all and then they were saying they were going to release with some 5-year-olds or something, so they all are kind of the same age. A lot of
Just
them, except
casual
him.
alien, just casual alien child. But if they don't know
Casual
nothing
alien.
else, I guess.
Right. So he's older, but he seems to have. What is his power? What do we think Kona's power is? Let's get into Kona.
Yeah, this is gonna be a thing where you got to bear with me because I don't think I've actually strung all of this together yet.
Right.
But you said let you adjust something.
I'm gonna get just a picture of the kids, like in the back. I'm gonna try to find a picture to put maybe as the background or something like that.
I'm actually doing better with these. I don't know what. Maybe that's just also goes to show you how much I've been doing this show because I actually am good with the names on this show, and it's been
that's exactly.
Dragon Demon Slayer names down. Yeah.
Listen, the way I'll be like, all right, we finna fight. The way
Tokio.
Demon Slayer taps into me being ignorant because I'd be like, so we finna fight or nah? Cause
Right.
that's like why?
But yeah, Maru, Kiruko, and they got little cute stuff in here that makes me remember the names, like the Maru touch and the Kirubin.
Right.
You know, this is a really there's so much positives about the show. But anyway,
Yes.
So,
enjoying it.
Kona's power. Now, when I saw the images initially, I actually paused on when he was first drawn up, like maybe when they showed up, because I was like, these are some weird ass drawings. Like, what is the purpose of this? Like, he showed the first drawing.
Oh yeah, because he do be drawing them. Oh, and we got to talk about the intro. We gonna roll this into the intro, but go ahead.
Oh, okay.
What's he drawing?
Yeah, so he the first picture that he drew that Tokio, who I don't know why I'm sorry, Tokio, just immediately put the male gender on you.
I thought Tokio was a boy too, and I think they wanted us to think that at first. I think they wanted us to think that, yeah, because Tokio had longer hair. in a
Yeah.
flashback. So I think they wanted us to be like, it's Tokyo boy, girl. I think
And then
that's
in
what
that
they want.
scene with them two alone, that ended up into a gag.
We found out.
That was like the first time that it was that she had a really feminized face and she blushed. And that's when I was like,
Because the way that scene gagged me, because once again, as an avid watcher of anime, you don't always get it to you straight. Like, you don't always get straight no chaser. Like, you know, it's a lot of like playing around. And it was like, you know, they had feelings for each other. And they kind of had a little cute conversation about it, right? Like, oh, I want you to be that person for me too. And, you know, me being a normal anime watcher, I'm just like, oh, that's cute. That's going to come back later. Or they going to be boyfriend and girlfriend now.
oh,
The
no.
way I was not ready.
And I thought she had a disease, but we gotta get into it. So yeah, so the fish with all the hands was the first drawing that they saw, and so because I stopped on it and was like looking at it for a little bit, when it popped up in later episodes, I screamed. I was like, "This is the motherfucking drawing! This is the motherfucking drawing!"
Right, because even when you see the intro, it's like the drawings are turning into stuff. And okay, hold on. I'm trying to keep my thoughts organized, but we saw in this episode, spoiler alert, I don't know if I have to say it, but we saw in this episode Asura did this exercise with one of the kids where she made him think of something and it came to happen.
The Phantom Light Sword.
Yeah, and then in the intro, it's almost like his drawings are the same as those creatures. So it's like,
yeah, and that was Kona too.
Right. So is that his power? Like, does he create things by drawing them, or is that all of their power?
So I don't think that's all of their power. I think the ones that have power that's kind of, you know, like My Hero is, they all got one thing. I feel like the girl, she can stick to walls and shit and jump. She's like a little frog. I feel like the what was her name? Minahime, she's the clairvoyant, like she's having visions that are coming true and able to tell different things.
So this is all the kids I got up here on the screen now. You see him?
Okay, I see him now. So the guy with the silver bowl cut, he's like, I think he's like just really intelligent, like really tech savvy. I think they called him in the show like the tech kid. Who else is there? Trying to remember. So now this plays into my theory. So because we don't, the two on the end, the dark haired girl and the
and the dark hair,
we don't know anything about them as far as like a business.
But the brown hair, he can jump like super far, remember? I think he's like super strong, or like remember he jumped out the window and like rolled, and like that's when I was like, okay, something off with these kids, because that was like first episode or two, because like he was like, oh yeah, I want to play ball with me, and he like threw the ball and jumped out the window, caught it, and then like it was crazy.
Okay, so but the thing is, we haven't seen Tokio do anything, right?
That's true. Maybe because what's with the cameras?
Now that goes into I feel like that's Ashura. So
okay.
My theory that I'm going to hold on to the most is that I originally told you that these kids were kind of like doppelgangers in a sense of the people on the outside. I no longer think that. I think that Tokio and Maru are related, or like brothers.
Yeah, they kind of do look like they could be twins. Cause he even has the same like eyelashes as Tokio.
And the biggest thing about that, I feel like they were, because both of these people were orphans, or to some extent, and they didn't specifically say that Maru was born in that orphanage or whatever. So they're like legit, or it's kind of up in the air. So I feel like there's something where they were.
You think he was snuck out?
Like their positions were switched in some way. Because
and also, well, we did get that weird story in this last episode, which we're supposed to assume wasn't true, but that the two ladies who snuck the baby out is that Maru.
I feel like, I don't know. I once he wiped the tattoo off and we saw the clear, he parked there so he could stop them from seeing the thing, just so he can tell these stories and get money. I kind of am not putting much stock in anything he was saying.
I don't, but I think it's completely true. But I don't know. I do think it's true.
Because his story.
I don't
Well,
think he was the guy. I don't think he was the donor. I don't think he's that. But I do think the story of 2 women being hung and escaping because they tried to take a baby out might be true.
it might be. Actually, it might be, because I think when he gave the man the money, he asked to hear about the walled world, or the walled place.
Heaven, right?
No, it was called the walled something.
Right. Okay.
And heaven. Yeah, sorry, I thought you meant saying heaven. No, but yeah, I think the wall.
He said that's the only place he knew of. Right.
And I think that's the name of the next episode. So you might be right there. Maybe it's
and like he could possibly just have like seen those people hung there and made the story up. Like, and just in passing, I've heard the story of this. Like, I don't think maybe he was really a prisoner, because that part didn't make sense. Like, why would they sneak you out with them? Like,
well, I thought they sneaked. I believed it because it was them two specifically that kept choosing him to, fornicate with. So they eventually got attached and wanted to take him out with the baby. So I kind of saw that. I kind of saw that.
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean,
that would mean that he's Maru's dad, though. Like, if that's Maru.
I don't know.
So there's something about that doesn't feel like that's probably true, but I do feel like that baby is Maru, though.
Yeah, I don't have much to disprove that, so I'm kind of gonna stick with you on that one.
And hey, Yella. So maybe you think maybe he's Tokio's twin, or he just wanted
the reason I pointed out like switch places of some sort, because Maru obviously has this ability, and I mean, we've seen the whole camera thing, but I feel like that's Ashura, because to me, Ashura,
that's true, because she did the same thing, right? Yeah,
Ashura faked his death, kind of,
right?
And like you said, I mean, we saw the flashback where the same thing kind of happened for Ashura. And so I think that he was like, I now know my purpose, or why I was born. And I feel like that has something to do with now, and this time with Tokio. So he's aiding Tokio in allowing him to have these meetups with Kona, and to have
because it definitely seems like it. And then like, is the fish cake baby related to this as well?
Not the fish cake baby, the Target baby.
Yes.
I know it. They all are. I just haven't like sat down and really like put it together, because anytime I think,
because even like that whole thing with that Target baby, like saying Tokio's name and like really zooming in on it, and it seemed like some weird connection was made there, because Tokio was even like, what's going on here? Like, weird, like felt something from that interaction with that baby. And so I'm not sure. Like, I don't know.
The first thing I thought of when that baby said his name was that it was like, this is just the immediate first theme that just came to my head, was that the baby like kind of like imprinted on Tokio, or like heard the name, and like eventually will use something to be able to turn into Tokio, because I feel like these kids are these babies.
I definitely think they are. I think they are. And they said Asura was like an abomination to some degree, so maybe they were trying to get the mix right. And then we do have that queen thing, that this whole school is almost like her body.
Oh, the AI.
Is she AI or is she an alien?
Wikipedia said AI, because I was looking.
Oh, okay, I was like, I thought she was the alien queen. I was like, she out here producing all these babies. I thought she was an alien.
It said the orphanage that is ran by AI. So I'm imagining that it's just AI. I mean, we do have,
but the way she looked though, huh?
You talking about what are you talking about?
The AI. Remember when the old lady went in, like right when the baby? The alarm went off. I mean, it was giving queen though.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It was giving like queen aunt.
She even gathered her. She said, what's going on? Isn't this whole place your body? She said, if you got sick, could you tell what specific piece of your body is? I was like, ooh.
I was like, I don't know what kind of AI this is.
Not the AI snatching. That sounds like Siri.
I ain't never heard no. I'm about to say, I ain't never heard no AI clap back like that.
If y'all got Siri, ask Siri what's 0 divided by 0, and watch her drag you.
And honestly, I know that's what it says, but I don't think it's just AI because, okay, also we've had this theme of the theories about what happened to Earth because we don't know, right? We still don't know.
Yeah.
And there's like the war theory, the alien theory, and what was the other one? Like
The war theory,
the asteroid
theory,
theory.
and the asteroid, yeah.
So she's giving alien. Like she looks like a queen. Like where these babies coming from? First of all, where these babies coming from? Because we know these test tube babies aren't procreating because this was shocker for them. So we know that they're not using them to procreate, right? So like, unless the baby bank is real, like the guy was saying, and there's some other people somewhere having the babies. But I'm like, are the babies also coming? Like they seem to be taking DNA from something and mixing them with human DNA. So
that plays into the whole thing about Kona and him being the only one left in his class. Because I was like, okay, so y'all just got kids dying, and that's what makes me think of Promised Neverland, because Promised Neverland had a system where the kids were slowly being taken out and either killed or used for food, whatever. So I feel like that could be happening with the kids. And the thing is, either they're being like used for these babies, because I just can't think of like where they're not being adopted. they're not being given good homes.
And then like there's other, they said he's the last one from Kona class, but also that's only the second child to die though, right? Like he's the last one left from his class, but only 2 kids have died. So where the rest of them went?
Right. And they said they didn't say that in front of kids, obviously, or anything. That was said in the boardroom. So that still goes, that kind of aids that theory of them being used, in some way that they're well aware of. If they specifically stated that only 2 of them died, and he's missing a whole class of children, they do something.
Do you think they're turning into those beasts?
I don't fully know yet. I think the closest thing I have to tie is the babies. I don't know what it is. If it's some type of like cycle reincarnation, like taking the kids when they got to a certain age or a certain maturity and using their either DNA, brains, whatever to.
I don't know. I'm starting to put together because of Maru's ability to reach into the hearts. He can do it to people and these things. He can't do it to animals. He can't do it to animals.
Just do it to any humans. Did that girl have a Hikaru heart? Because if you pause it on her heart, it's not a regular heart. It's bumpy as hell. It kind of looks like what was left in that bed that the kid had when he died.
Is it?
Yeah, go back and look. I'm about to go to it now.
Hopefully I can pull it out because my internet shouldn't be struggling. Oh, this Hulu, ain't it? Okay, I'm like, where is this? I don't know, because I'm like, well, if he could do it to people, he could do it to people. Well, let's just pretend she's a person. Let's just go with she a person, but he can do it to people, and he can do it to those things, but he can't do it to animals. So they're not animals, right? Because he couldn't do it to the bear. I think that was the whole point of the bear thing.
I don't think that's the thing. That's what makes me think she is not fully human, or is like she could be unaware that she has this part in her or whatever.
But the fact that they didn't like really give any backstory to her or anything to yet, but I don't know. I'm just gonna assume she was a human. I'm gonna look though.
Yeah,
but if we still assume that though, we know he can't do it to animals though.
Yeah, he can definitely.
Like you have to be human. Yeah, you got to be a human in some capacity for him to do it to you. What episode was that on?
That was, I think,
it was Safe Water.
Probably, yeah. It was the one where she got it in the safe water, and they came back and then she tried to seduce him. Yeah, that was it. But like even when he did it on the daughter, and towards the
he did it in.
That wasn't she had she was turning into one of those. She was turning into the
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I think those things were once human. Like there is something going on where humans are turning into those things. That's what the guy said. He said if you don't cut off the part, then they just turn into the things. Right. That was what that doctor was saying. Like, that's why he was amputating so many people.
I'm trying to remember
he,
his terminology that he used. Because I remember him.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that being said. I just don't remember how.
Yeah, because he was like, if you don't cut it off, they'll turn into it. You could slow it down, basically, by amputating the limb. And that's why he was just around amputating all these people. Because that was, like, one of the ways. He can't stop it, but he said that was, like, how he slowed it down.
But was that the same thing for her specifically? Because she was missing a lot of limbs.
Yeah, because he was trying to keep her alive, I guess. But I don't know. That's one thing I didn't get from that. But it seemed, I don't know. He had some of the answers, but did not really. But I'm like, I think they turning these kids, and the fact that he's drawing these beings, I'm like, are these beings that he's drawing his old classmates?
I was
I'm
it
so
all
confused.
into Ashura, because I'm waiting right now to get more story with Ashura, because I feel like Ashura is guiding all of this. Like, she's the one that was trying to hone Kona's abilities when he were younger, and now he gave that cryptic like, I know what my purpose is, and we see him interacting with Takedo. Even the Froppy girl is not Froppy girl.
Can see.
Yeah. So I feel like he's more so the architect behind the architects, because I feel like the chancellor, what she called?
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. It's just so much. Just even thinking about this show, like I tried to sit down and like pull my theories together, but I was just getting a headache because there was so much that we fully kind of don't know yet. And if y'all are watching it or not watching it, y'all definitely should watch it.
Yes, I'm back. Okay, I'm laughing at this episode because I'm like scrolling back to see when the girl, when he touched her, and I'm just like, the way Maru was not playing about touching them boobs, like the way where she was
energy.
It was definitely like giving that, because she was like, oh, if you get the gun, I'll let you touch my boobs. The way he jumped off that thing so quick, and then when they got in the room, he was like, let's get to it. Like, I thought he was gonna be like nose bleeding and stuff like that. No, Maru was not playing with her ass. Okay, I'm almost to the scene. Okay. All right, let me see what his heart looking like real quick. It's just like a circle. Oh yeah, it looked more like a brain or a beef patty.
Not a beef patty.
It did
I'm trying to go back to it now so I can look at it.
It did look like a beef patty. And now you saying when he did it to the girl who the doctor asked him to kill, it was actually a human heart?
Now, I don't think they showed it. Did they show? No, they did show it. Oh, wait. Now I want to go back.
I feel like they always show it.
Yeah, they
okay,
did.
You look at that one, and then I'm going to look at when he killed the monster that killed the lady. I think that was like episode 1 or 2.
I don't think that was episode 2. I think that she actually died. Or was it episode 1? But I remember he did clasp the heart. And I think I remember saying that I didn't like a regular heart too, but I didn't actually.
Okay, I'm gonna look and see. I found where he goes to find the heart. Let me see. Why is my cursor not clicking here? Like, okay, maybe I have to play first.
No, I'm on the wrong episode. Their choices.
It don't want to take me to where I'm clicking. Let me see. Oh, am I not able to skip? Let me see. Why it won't let me click? I guess Hulu got to make sure they play their thing first. Okay, there you go. That's one thing about Hulu. They going to make sure you watch that little Hulu thing.
Yeah, what?
Like, you cannot skip ahead at all. Okay, I found it. Let me see. Oh, yeah, okay, so the monsters thing was just like a little circle too. Okay. So when he did it, they didn't show when he did the lady you saying?
I'm finding it now. I keep skipping over.
No, maybe they didn't. Did they? I think they did.
No, they did. They definitely showed when he killed the girl, because he like was naked and clasped the heart and then squeezed it.
Oh, okay. I'm like, maybe the people who did this show just don't know what hearts look like.
Yeah, see, this looks like rock candy.
Okay, so it looked the same too. Everybody heart looked like that then. Yeah, I mean, I looked back at the beast, I looked at the girl, and you looked at her, and we know she
But
was. Everybody got.
these all can potentially be Hikaru though.
I mean,
So
it sounds like it's some kind of disease. Then, if random people outside the wall getting it too, it sounds like some kind of disease.
yeah, I need more answers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it seemed like some kind of disease. If people outside of the wall are getting it as well, it's not just something they're making happen in there. So I still think that little robot lady is like the queen bee, like she the alien queen. I don't think it's AI. I think she the alien queen. She got something to do with it.
All right.
And I'm thinking, Kona. I don't know, something about him. He look weird.
Kona, yeah, he doesn't give
He
me
look.
okay. There's something there.
Yeah. And the fact they did it just casually. Whew, Tokyo. Okay, so before we move on to Maru them inside this school is heaven. So Tokyo pregnant, and the way I was just like, oh my god, I didn't think they was gonna do it. I kind of at first when they pulled him out, I was like, okay, maybe she, you know. Well, first he had the thing where he was like they were gonna take Tokyo. They're gonna take Tokyo. Like Kona was like they're gonna take Tokyo, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna take her because they realized she had been in that room with the little babies and was like, she got to go. She got to be exterminated. Is that what you thought, or did you see that coming?
I actually thought the first thing that came to mind, even though that I did think of that too, because you know it was fresh. That it was like the second time they brought up these shoes and doing fucking slow motion zooms on these damn shoes. But
right.
The first thing I thought was I was like, oh, this is gonna be like because I was trying to think of like not the obvious. So I was like, oh, so this is gonna be her getting sick, even though she thought she was like cleared of it, like it's gonna
right.
Right. Or that the robot or the AR or the alien, whatever, lied to her and told her that she was cleared, but she really wasn't.
Right. Like, yeah, I thought she was either gonna be like for real sick, like you said, or they was about to be like, you finna be deleted, basically.
Right. I could have seen either one of those though. I did not get pregnant immediately.
I did not think that was coming because everything they do in this show has a reason. So the fact that they like have definitely let you know they were smashing, I was like, okay. But I feel like I should have saw it coming, but it's just something about it. I was like, I didn't think they were gonna go there. So it just in my mind. So I'm still thinking the fish cake baby got something to do with it. The fish cake baby is like has put itself in Tokyo almost.
Fish cake baby in Tokyo. Oh, okay. Put
itself in Tokyo because they seem like really concerned. Like, oh, don't come in this lab with these babies. Like these babies are a little off. Like, who was in here? See, now something wrong.
Yeah, there's a reason, and I feel like Ashura fully wanted that to take place. Like, I feel like they were
right
to happen. So, like, there's got to be something tied into it. Yeah,
and Ashura looks like a whole ass alien. Let's also not forget that.
That's like, yeah, that's like random alien baby just walking around. But I guess they don't know anything other than themselves, and I guess it's like easier to digest. But like, nigga, look at your head.
I mean, so who Ashura look like? Is Mama the alien thing? That's all I'm saying. I think it's the alien, and I think it's doing all the stuff. Some type of alien invasion. I don't think it's the asteroid theory or the war theory. I think it's the alien theory.
Yeah, or a combination of the two. Maybe they just decided to break up the stories when they're all intertwined.
Maybe. Well, let's move on to outside the wall. Outside, well, we know the school is heaven, right? Maru them don't know that, but we know where heaven is. That's what they're trying to get to.
Yeah, inside that place is quote unquote called heaven, but the counselor calls outside of a hell. Right,
which is cute. So they're in hell. So let's go to hell and talk about Maru and what. Let me look up this girl name because unless I read it, I'm not gonna ever remember.
Kiruko.
Is her name? Her name is not Kiruko.
It's Kiru Beam, and then put Ko at the end of Kiru.
Oh, okay. Now I gotta see that though. I'm not gonna remember if I don't see it.
I gotta see that. Nope.
Yeah, I gotta see that. So wait, who? Oh, it's really Kiruko?
Yeah, Maru, Kiruko, Tokio.
Okay, that's easy to remember. That's the girl in Overwatch name, so I can remember that now. Okay, so what do we think of Maru and Kiruko? Go ahead, you start.
I do really enjoy the way these people are handling this whole concept of um, Maru initially. I mean, Kiruko originally being I forgot her brother's name though. It was like Hiru something. But anyway, him dying to protect his sister ended up getting just gobbled up, gobble me, swallow me, drip. Like that man
Right.
eater really devoured him, and I was like, okay, maybe there's gonna be a
Wow.
chance she can pull him back out, but no, baby, what was exposed was all that was
Woo.
left.
It'd be
So
rough. Like even the one scene when they were in the garage and she had to like the hallucination and they had the like little teeth and they were like eating the limbs one by one. That was crazy.
yeah, that was. I feel like let's actually talk about that for a second because that has questions
Yeah,
about
because
that,
that's got a lot of
but
stuff that we
not
don't have answers about there.
right.
Mhm.
But she having to like sacrifice. We don't know if she sacrificed her body on purpose to give to her brother, or if this is something the doctor did. We just don't know exactly how that happened. So I'm curious if there's any murky stuff in the water relating to
Mm.
Robin and this doctor when it comes to that backstory. Um,
Yeah, it seemed like they did something. It don't seem like she knew either one of them knew ahead of time. Maybe I don't know. I gotta go back and watch that episode because I was in and out.
mhm. It doesn't
But
feel cut and dry.
yeah, and it doesn't feel like voluntary either
Yeah, because
on
I feel
either
like
side.
they would have like I mean it was a lot of emotion. And I feel like maybe she would have offered that, the way she's
Right.
rammed her electric scooter into that man. I mean to that man eater. Like she really tore her body up trying to save him.
Hmm.
So that it's not out of the realm of possibility. But if they don't explicitly say it, I'm paranoid. But I
Yeah, I
do
have no
like
way of knowing. Hmm.
but I do like the relationship now because Maru has a crush on Kiriko before he realizes that this is actually a guy in a woman's body.
I love that. I just love the idea of that, and it's like a way to explore that idea. You know what I mean? And it's
Right.
like I don't know. It's really cute. He seems like he's become okay with it
And it
because
feels
they
like
really
a
be
fail
saying
safe
stuff.
way to like to kind of tackle trans issues, but not
Right.
really heavy handedly tackle trans issues because
Yeah.
I don't she's this isn't theoretically a trans character.
Or it's not. Yeah.
This person doesn't identify as a female. That's who they are. They're just simply in a female's body. So there's a little bit of
It would be
like,
like the other way, like not post, like it's just like I feel like a guy, but I'm in a female body. But like you said, it's not 100%. It's still like a way to kind of talk about it in the sense of the other side, like loving a person who could be trans. Like I feel like it's more about that
yes,
side, like
yes.
they're them rectifying their own feelings about it, less
Because
about
I was
their
seeing
experience.
some conversation about like this character being trans and everything, and I was just like, I mean, but like, and this isn't me telling trans people if they're trans or not, but I'm just saying from the experience I have with trans people, I really only know two trans people in person, but I watch a lot of content about
Right.
my community, and it just doesn't give off the same. Like there's an ownership.
She doesn't seem to be like wrestling. They're not really
Yeah,
showing Kiriko like wrestling with the
like
idea,
not
which I'm
really having.
assuming that happened, but just where we are now in the storyline, we're not experiencing that. Like we're not seeing that struggle.
Not really. And I
Yeah.
honestly really like that's why I was saying I like the direction they're going with this with Kiriko because Kiriko is such a genuinely kind soul, a nice person, but badass at the same time, like don't take no shit. But the acceptance of things is so
Yeah.
like she moves on like I'm not granted they're obviously not in all facets because she's over here having panic attacks with with Maru thinking he's
Right.
gone. And there's these moments where her shield, I guess, is cracking. But
Right.
in a lot of the interactions she had has been really like dang, I respect the hell out of you. Like when she just wanted to give the hotel queen the money because she felt
Right.
bad, or how they got um gypped by the guy with the story, but they didn't like take the money back because she was like, I mean, you told me a story, so I'm just gonna
Right.
go give it back, but you might want to get out
Yeah,
of
that
my
was
kid.
funny.
Like, yeah,
She's like,
they're
you
like
can get it
Maru. I
long.
mean, Kiriko is a really good character. Like,
Yeah.
I
I
like
would say
the way
Kiriko to
her
me feels
framework
more
is.
like a non-binary character
Yeah, yeah,
for sure. Like, yeah. Like she has these moments where I think Maru said like your boy, like you're in your male Kiriko right now. And then like sometimes you're not. So I feel like if you were gonna put her in any category, them in any category, it would be non-binary.
yeah. I feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, but I do love her character. I love their like also their. One thing I love about this show is because it's a sci-fi and it has mature themes. They don't linger on like feelings of crushes and loves, like it's part of the story, but it's not like constant jokes. Like they have little moments to like help with the energy and like you get your laughs, but their crush and like how they it's just progressing. You're not stuck on the same thing. You're not, Maru's not still blushing every time they say something. It's just like you see the progression, even though it's not the focal point. And I just love
very,
that.
very greatly worded because like that's yeah. I feel the exact same way. I just love that it feels natural. Their communication,
Mm-hmm.
even just going down to the anytime they're in one of these fight scenes, not really, I guess, 100% with the people, but the way they are fighting these man eaters, I'm really enjoying because it's not like they have these aspects of supernatural with this fucking lightsaber of a gun and
Right.
this man's spirit fingers. We got all these two different aspects, but the way they attack it, it's kind of like Hunter x Hunter, where it's so practical and there's
Mm-hmm.
like legit planning, and it's
Yeah.
not just people in the air fighting
Or like everybody's just like so overpowered or anything like that. It's
yeah,
really, I mean, you could see their synergy is going, and just even just them being attracted to each other and just being okay with saying it at this point, like,
yeah.
oh,
It's
like
really
you're so
mature.
cute.
Like for a
It's
15-year-old to be so respectful.
I mean, when they are from Japan.
Not 100%. Not 100%.
They are from Japan. Well, yeah, because Maru was like, "Give me them titties. Like, we're not playing. Get shirt on,
But
shirt
we
off. What we
bros,
doing?"
right? let me just grab a titty. What's your problem?
That was actually one of my favorite parts because it's like they're talking about that and they're like still attacking the issue without like
Oh,
making it obvious because
I
we saw a
love when
few
she held the
episodes.
pictures up to her
What?
forehead, and when she held the picture up, she was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
this
he
is the
was
person
like,
you see
"Girl,"
it, but hey, this is the person that's in here. You just keep
Maru was
that in
like,
mind."
Mara was like, "Hey, I don't really care. I've already
Yeah,
dealt with
you can go ahead
that.
and
Give me them
put that
titties." Mara was like, "I've already dealt with that. I'm good. I'm rectified in my mind. I want them
Right.
titties." Like, it was so great. I just love that was a way to show that I think he's pretty much gotten over it. He had that one episode where he was kind of wrestling with it. I haven't
Yeah.
seen him wrestling with it since then.
I feel like if Kiriko was like, "Fine, whatever, we can be together," it would be a done deal.
It would. And I just love that. I just love that they put that aspect in. I mean, obviously procreation, love, sex is an important part of this story. Like it's a theme in the story though. So where do we think this is? Obviously the gag is going to be something along reproductive something. Right?
Oh, I just saw Jay's comment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely, I feel like, a theme.
Mhm.
It's like that's the thing. Like I usually like have such an anchor on what I think. Like if I say like a lot of the Demon Slayer predictions, I feel like are grounded in something. Like I really feel like this could happen. I just honestly don't know. Like I feel like there's so many ways they could make a left turn that could get us still left to come. But
Come
I
on,
mean,
you gotta
with
pick a
those,
gag. You gotta pick a gag.
I don't. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I feel like. I know you said the queen bee is like the AI alien thing is probably gonna be a queen. I feel like Ashura is really gonna come out here and reveal some shit. Like I feel like he's they are the real architect of this thing right now. Like I don't know, something is giving me like because even the AI can't unless the AI is in with Ashura, or the alien queen is in
Yeah.
this with Ashura.
I
But
think Asura is like, Asura is closer to this whatever being, because like they said, well, that mix came out weird. We not doing that again. So obviously they are the closest to the DNA of wherever this other DNA energy is coming from. I mean, we got humans and something, and they mixing together somehow. So I do think maybe the AI. You think the AI is interlinked with Asura?
Well, I think that because if they're not, then Ashura is playing the AI or the alien queen, and I don't know if we're.
I don't know the way that the alien queen AI snatched that lady. It seemed like the alien it got its own thing. Like it almost seemed like a misdirect. Like, girl, I don't know what's going on in here. But even the old lady was like, "But do you though?" Because that's like the whole point. You supposed to know everything. So it almost sounded even like the AI was kind of just like, "Girl, I don't know what's going on."
Yeah, because I'm still confused as to how these little Hoovers, what they call them, the Roombas, the robot Roombas that they putting on
the
walls,
Roomba, the little Rosies. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Rosies.
Are they not monitoring the kids through those as well? Because like
they are,
but
that's what I'm saying. It don't link up.
Yeah, because I don't know how they didn't even at least put some kind of feelers on the wall when they were climbing up to get to the vent, even if you couldn't see them, which seems to be the thing. It's like it takes the visuals out. We haven't got confirmation on anything else. Like I don't know if it wipes the location of these things or anything. So I feel like they would at least have that to be.
This being got its own thing it's trying to do, and it's really gonna kill that old lady or something. Like it's gonna. I think the gag is gonna be like, nah, bitch, this really what's up. Because I feel like the way the human directors of Heaven seem like they don't really know what to expect either. Like it definitely is giving. They just get instructions and they listen to them, and they don't know what's finna happen.
Well, I need to know what was it called? Perfect Tide? The Day of Faith. What did I say? Perfect Tide? The Day of Faith. I need to know what the Day of Faith is, because like is it some kind of a ritual situation, like a sacrificial thing?
Wait,
like,
when did they mention that? Because I must have missed that. I gotta go back. Because see now I watched this with subtitles. So also
this was during one of the because I did start off with dubs because I really enjoy the dub version. I don't say this a lot.
I'm gonna go back and watch it.
I'm not a dubber like on anything. Not that there's anything wrong. You enjoy your content of anime.
Some dubs are good though.
Some, but a lot of them aren't. But a lot of them aren't. Okay.
But this was good. So if I go back and watch the dub, I'm gonna be like, this cute. Yeah.
I actually prefer the dub voice of Kiruko. I don't know. It's something about the personality and that's the thing I feel like usually is devoid of a lot of dubs is like their personalities. I feel like it's a bunch of Americans in the studio just being goofy. Versus
like Denji's voice in like English is the worst.
Yeah. Or like what is it? I was just watching somebody make fun of it. The English voice for
Inosuke is also terrible.
Yeah, I would never do Demon Slayer.
Yeah, he's also terrible in English. Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna go back and watch this though, because like I watched subs.
Demon Slayer. And, it was Demon Slayer. It was Gitaro.
Yeah.
Gitaro's English voice is disgusting.
Does he sound like a like SoCal? Does he sound like a surfer? Because I would imagine he does.
Like this.
Oh no! I imagine him sounding like a surfer because he'd be like
sickles.
Oh no! Demon Slayer dubs be terrible. I mean, low key. I just don't watch Demon Slayer with dubs. I can't stand Inosuke's voice, so I just can't do it.
Yeah.
But
Day of Fate.
So I'm gonna have to go back. It's when?
That's the title of episode 5 is Day of Fate, and I know she brings up the Day of Fate again when we find out that Tokio is pregnant.
So you think the Day of Faith is gonna come up? Is that the name of one of the episodes?
That's why the episode 5 is titled Day of Fate, but she brings up Day of Fate in a really aggressive way when they have that whole conversation in the board meeting about Tokio being pregnant. But I feel like that's gonna at least help me out a little bit more with connecting the dots because I want to know what a day of fate is.
I think we're gonna find out, and I think it's gonna be terrible because the way it sounds, I'm like, it's gonna be terrible. I think those people who think they running the show have no idea what they're actually doing, and they seem like religious nuts. So anime love to kill off religious nuts.
Yeah, the Chancellor is definitely very high strung about the day of fate. So in my mind, that's why I immediately go to like they're offering something, sacrificing something. Maybe that's where the children in the older guy, Kona, in Kona's class. Maybe that's where they went. They were sacrificing the kids to this day of fate situation thing. And if they don't fulfill their end, then it's their ass. Because you saw the reaction to everybody in that, including the people on Zoom, when she said that
you gotta be on your Zoom. You gotta be on your Zoom, Etty. That's what he thinking about it.
All them people, they pretty much was spitting up their drinks, throwing up and shit, like everybody when she said that they were pregnant.
So this the theory. So like the day of fate is when the kids decide if they're gonna stay human or they're gonna turn into the monsters. Like, do you think that maybe that's what the day of fate is?
I don't know if they get a choice.
No, they don't get a choice. So it's like fate decides. Like that's the whole idea of fate. Like you don't have a choice.
I thought you meant
so it's like something happens and then you see if they gonna turn into the little monsters or they gonna stay humans. Because Kona clearly did not turn into a monster.
True. Or they because I don't know if they know about his abilities yet fully.
I don't know what ability. Are we clear on his abilities?
No, we have breadcrumbs, but we haven't openly seen Tokio do anything, or we actually haven't heard them too much reference a lot about their additional abilities. I think we mentioned.
Well, Kona draws but how did Kona? And here's the other T. How Kona know what a baby look like?
Dreams.
Where that come from? Where that come? So
or
that's
what I'm saying.
A
smaller version of their face.
Something's up with Kona in these drawings. I don't know if. Ooh, that's a cute idea.
What?
That just came to my mind. If like Kona Kona's the one connected to Maru.
Kona's connected.
Because Kona's drawing stuff that he hasn't seen. Like, how's Kona drawing this stuff?
Well,
so it's almost like some kind of telepathic connection to like what's going on outside because he's drawing these beings.
It would also have to be like time travel though, because he fully drew that fish episode before they got introduced to it when he saw it for the first time. So it would have to be like a connection with Maru, but it also would have to transcend time. Because that's the first time.
So then it goes back to my theory that this is old classmates.
Who?
Kona's, yeah. They got turned into the monsters. That would be the only reason he would be drawing them. Like he has some kind of connection to them because they are his classmates.
Okay, I'm not 100% sold on that just yet, but I don't fully disagree.
I mean, my theories always be superior.
My biggest anyway, I feel like that might be the case with. I feel like either that might be the case, or I'm gonna put my all my ducks in the bucket of they're being sacrificed or something. Like I don't think.
Oh yeah.
She like the fact that old sick dude that had grayscale the first time that died and left that heart mistake.
You gonna keep on saying that man got grayscale?
He do, and it's grayscale. He warned Tokio to run, so obviously there's something in here that is. Is detrimental to their life. So I think I'm gonna go with sacrifice. You go. Who
you think killing them? Who you think killing them though? That's what I want to know.
Either
or what do you think they being sacrificed to?
Or the counselors being sacrificed to. I don't know. I feel like there's something still bigger than what we've seen so far. Potentially, I feel like there's still more built to come. Do we know how many episodes this gets?
I see 11. It keeps showing like 11. So
you did say that 2 more episodes.
I think so. That means these next 2 episodes really finna drag us though.
Yeah, unless they really pull out some 11th hour villain, maybe not. I might take that back, but I don't got that.
Everybody we need to see because I'm totally convinced that little AI queen is the villain. I'm totally convinced just because of how she looked.
Yeah, she do look badass. It's giving Sybil.
Cause don't she got like horns? I'm trying to find a picture of her.
Well,
What's the
she
name of her?
got different. I feel like she got her main
Well,
body.
when she's in her
got,
her main body. But
yeah.
what do they call it? Because I don't want to like run into no spoiler. So I'm like,
I don't.
Let me see. I'm like trying to find a picture of her.
Shiva.
Maybe I'll just go find the shot. What was the episode when they went into the baby lab? I can probably find a
The baby
screenshot.
lab was like episode 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yep, it's episode 4.
Episode 4.
To see some bizarre looking babies.
Why I keep going on Crunchyroll? Y'all, this only streams on Hulu, by the way.
And Disney Plus, I think too, right?
Is it? Well, not
Yeah.
in America though.
Both of those.
America Disney Plus doesn't have anime, which is so stupid to me. Like, I don't understand why that's a thing. But yeah, I'm trying to go back to her main body because I'm just not convinced that
Hey, if you can hear me, I got my headphones off. Chad, am I the only one hearing this?
Okay, it probably was my microphone doing that thing. Did it stop?
Ooh, that was it's done now.
Okay, I switched to my like webcam mic, so it probably was doing that thing again.
That hurt.
Look,
that
Rashawn
was
came back for
different.
that. Rashawn came back for that. He was like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
I'm trying to find my stuff so that I can. Let me see.
Oh, while you
I'm
do
trying
that, I
to-
wanted to ask Jay.
Mhm.
How
know if
are
he's
y'all
still
liking
here.
it, Jay? Yeah, if he is still here. If you are still here, how did y'all like? How y'all liking the show so far? So you said that y'all
It's
were talking about
great.
it in your podcast.
Yes, I would tell people even if they don't watch anime to check it out.
Yeah. As long as they aren't gonna like scream at violence, like gory violence.
Oh yeah, because it definitely does get gore. I'm trying to find that moment where here we go. Like 12 minutes in, 12 minutes and 27 seconds in. Like she looked pregnant. I'm gonna pull this screenshot up. If I can. I'm gonna see. Oh well I can't. Oh yes I can. Tripping. I'm gonna pull this up because she just looked problematic and I don't know how y'all don't see this. Hold on. No. And they just did this shot. Okay, there you go. Can y'all see that? No, I didn't put it up on the screen yet. Hold on. Let me put it on the screen. It be struggling. When I pull up this other stuff, it starts struggling. Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, I forgot. There we go. Okay, you see her?
Like she got a pregnant frog stomach.
That's what I'm saying. She looked pregnant, right? Like let's talk about character design. Like you're not gonna make a character look like that if they're not pregnant. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't. That definitely is like a burgeoning belly,
right?
Or it's a capsule of some sort with something in it, like it's housing the actual body of the alien queen.
Right. Oh, like maybe that is because it even looks like eyes.
Dragon Ball Z spaceship.
Yeah, look at that. And it's got that symbol behind it. So I don't know. I think something with this AI, like you said, either is housing.
That's a target baby. That's a target baby's face.
Where?
Above her head.
It is, yeah. That's what I'm saying. The target baby's got the same symbol that is obviously behind them and on their stuff. So I'm like, clearly this AI is not just AI. Like maybe it's AI that's using, that's communicating. Like maybe the AI is AI in the sense that whatever entity is in there uses it to communicate with the humans.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I think it's more of that than like for real, like that ain't Chat GPT sitting right there. You know what I mean? That's not Chat GPT. That's the whole being behind that. So that's what I'm thinking. is going.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely get me more on your side because that definitely looks like it's housing something, whether it's
Yeah,
babies or
it's just the
whether it's
hands. It's
actual.
the hands for me.
Yeah, it's very like, girl, don't be getting me too upset. Don't be asking me no questions
Right.
about this building. I already told
This
you.
baby be making me hungry. Like it's definitely giving that. So I don't know. Let's see. I know we kind of just like we try to be organized with how we talked about this, but we're not. But
It's 9 episodes.
what else have
Forgive
we? Is
us.
all right. Is there anything else that before we, start to wrap up, like that you want to make sure you mention or
We did
anything?
hit a
We
lot
covered a
of.
lot though.
Yeah, we did hit a lot of points. I was saying that that scene, like you were pointing out about the garage. I remember after I saw the scene that you asked me, did I get to the scene about the garage? And I completely forgot until after the scene because I was shook. So they go to this garage. It's essentially,
Yeah.
I guess, kind of like a trap.
Right.
And they go in and they start clearing out all these cocoon that the Hiroki.
Which are white versions of the thing that Grayscale Boy turned into.
Right. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, they look exactly the same. He just went black and they went white. They were
So
white.
they went in there and like took care of all of those, but there was a moment where I don't know. I think that was the ability possibly of the man eater that made her hallucinate these like white baby things. Like imagine a little
Ooh,
ball of cocoon
that
sprouting
was terrible.
arms, and they was
That was
like
terrible.
fusing and coming out of the ground and the ceiling and shit.
Mm-mm.
And that was scary alone. But then when it like pinned her to the ground, the big ass hole in the face
Ooh,
made
yeah.
those square, I guess, steel teeth come out. Oh,
Steel teeth. Oh my
and
god, that
then
was
the way
good.
they lingered on it, chewing her arm off, like they didn't have to do that. Like you could feel the tension.
That was a lot.
You could
Like that was a
feel the
lot.
tension,
And
and
I
then
thought
it.
it was happening because the show is mature enough for me to believe it would happen in some
Yeah,
capacity.
absolutely, but then it did the thing where like you didn't. It's like what it did with the mama in episode 2. It didn't just bite her foot off. It bit mid foot, like half of her foot, like right after the toes is where it bit down. I
Ooh,
don't know
they
why that's
gonna
so
give
much
you
more.
some gore. They gonna give you some gore. Like the way she was screaming. Woo! I was
And the
like,
way that
ooh.
I love my like Kiriko at this point in time at this episode, I was livid. I was hot. I was so mad. I was like, y'all are not finna handicap or kill her like this.
I was
Y'all are
ready
just
too.
about to do it.
Because I just really don't know where this show was going. So I was like, maybe she gonna come back. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But
I was gonna be so pissed. Like the
that's why I said
relief.
you will remember that scene. I was like, you will remember if you saw it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because you was like, "Did you see the basement episode?" I was like, "Basement, basement, basement." No. Oh,
Yeah.
Purpose was
You wouldn't forget, but it also that also gives us an insight that these beasts do also have powers, which the kids have powers. So I know these kids, these beasts. I don't know why, but
the
somehow
beast.
it's
Their
connected.
powers have been much more aggressive. I feel like the most combative power we saw was Kona's, because I think the fish had those. They had
What did the fish do?
the it had the what is it, the coat, the water coat on it, but also like it shot those like water bullets that were huge as hell.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
And then
Yeah. And what did the bird do?
the bird had the six like elfin
The
league
whips. Yeah, the
whips.
little
Yeah.
whip things. Okay. I
Hmm.
don't know. Yeah, it's somebody kids. I'm telling you.
But yeah,
Who you think
I love the
if
fact that
we see one of the kids turn into a beast, who do you think it will be?
either Mimihime or the Frappe girl. It's gonna be one of them two.
Yeah, I that's my vote too. Like the one who's seeing all the stuff, which I
Yeah,
don't know if she's
Mimihime is
gonna
my number one.
transform. Yeah, frog girl would be too, because I mean we just need a frog beast. We need a frog man eater. So it just seems like she's the only one that has like a clear animal kind of adjacent power. So my
Hmm.
vote is gonna be for her. Like she's gonna turn into a frog.
They really are killing me with these My Hero Academia references lately. Demon Slayer and this. Like first y'all give us carbon copy Bakugo, and then you give us
Hmm.
carbon copy Frappy. Like even her mouth, her eyes, like it's
Yes,
just
it
the
looks just
same
like
people.
her.
It's the
I
same.
mean, we're gonna find out that this is the origin story of the My Hero Academia universe. This is how it started. Earth got wiped out, and then heaven created these new people, and that's how we get to the universe that is my My Hero Academia. This is how it started. This is the origin story right here.
Well, just for the sake of devil's advocate, we do know how My Hero started, but that would be hilarious.
This is a better one. This is a better
This is
one. This is
absolutely a
a,
better one. I think
this
the
is,
intro for that was like there was just this the first baby with the quirk was just glowing. Like the woman gave birth and the baby was glowing and just took off
what
from
did she? It's like she just gave birth to a glowing baby. Yeah, that's
there. Right.
very, very shonen backstory for sure. But My Hero Academia, but make it sci-fi mature. This is that show. But I'm gonna keep recommending it to everybody. So I don't know what the gag is gonna be. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. What do you think Endgame is for Maru and Kiriko?
Uh, I feel like Kiriko. I
Mm.
mean, not Kiriko. Maru is going to die, and Kiriko is going to have a
No,
horrible scene coping with that.
you think Maru's gonna die?
Yes, I do. I feel
Do
like he's
you?
going to fulfill his
Oh, do you
purpose.
think? What if Maru has to kill Kiriko?
Absolutely not. I will turn it to. I will turn the TV
What
off.
I'm just what look, we've already seen he has this he hardly can't even touch people because he almost killed them. It's almost like he can't really because remember when him and the girl almost slept together,
See,
he almost
this
did
is.
it.
I'm really this. Actually, I take back my biggest prediction is not the day of fate and it's sacrificial. I feel like they're gonna wrap back around because unless he really just don't know what a heart look like and they just throwing whatever in these people's bodies, I feel like there is some level of like that we're gonna swoop back around with like some kind of surgery being done on this hotel girl because I don't know. I just don't feel like he can use it on 100% like humans. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, we won't. So that also gives us a reason to have a scene where him and which do you think this is going to happen? We get a scene where he and Kiriko are intimate because I feel like well, this show doesn't just do stuff for no reason, so it wouldn't be
Mm,
gratuitous or whatever. But if
yeah,
they did have that moment, it would give us a way to explore. Okay, is it anybody? You know what I mean? Is it
yeah,
just
that's true.
anybody? Is it just if you touch people? Them actually having the intimate moment where they touch and like that would give us some few more answers with how his ability actually works.
Right.
So, do you think they're actually gonna hook up?
Yeah, I do think that could happen in 2 episodes. I don't know, but like if this
Mm.
was like maybe 5 more, I would definitely say yeah. But I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air with 2 episodes left, but maybe
Yeah,
I could definitely see
I
that
think they'll
happening.
hook up before the day of fate,
If,
and then
if
like
they
that's just
hook
gonna make
up,
the they're gonna hook up before the day of fate, and it's gonna make it even more tragic when he had to kill her.
listen, we're gonna have to take the
I'm
week off
ready.
because I'm not gonna be able to immediately watch it. I'm gonna have to take a little time, get
You gonna
myself
watch it, you're not
together,
gonna know it's
brace
coming. You're
myself.
not gonna know it's not
I'm
gonna
gonna turn it
happen. So
off.
you
I'm gonna turn it off the moment I feel it coming. I'm like, oh, this what
But
y'all doing? This what y'all doing?
I'm
Pull
just
the
thinking in
trigger.
my head, what functionality would him having to kill her serve?
I don't think
I
he
can't
would
think of
kill
one.
her. I
Yeah, I
don't
can't
think
think of
yeah.
one.
I hope not. I can
Maybe
see
he'll have to
I can
kill
see her
Tokio.
I can see her having to kill Maru just because Maru has a set goal, and I don't think we're gonna get Kiriko's storyline tied up in this season. If we got 2 episodes left, I don't know. Maybe we might see Robin and the Doctor, but I would hope that they would leave that for season 2 because I desperately want a season 2. Um,
Right.
but I feel like now that we have the goal for Maru, they're going to get to heaven at some point in the next 2 episodes,
Yeah, they're
and
living. And then they're
I
gonna
don't know if he's
kill
going to
Kiriko.
successfully give them the shot or
But
not.
they're gonna keep Maru because they're gonna realize he's one of their kids. But I think maybe Maru will have to kill Tokio. Tokio gonna have to die.
I
If
kind of
Tokyo has this baby, something bad gonna happen.
yeah. I feel like that baby is going to definitely be something different.
Because this will
It's
be the
not going to
first
be nothing.
one, right? This will be the first one.
Yeah, it's going to be something completely different. It ain't going to be a Target baby, but it also ain't going to be human.
So Maru's gonna have to kill it.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe the baby.
We'll say Maru has to kill Tokio and not Kiriko.
Well, yeah, I don't think we ain't gonna get no 6 month times. I mean, no 9 month time skip. I mean, maybe alien babies grow faster.
You know how this go. Alien baby is just because like we don't know how much time has passed, but it doesn't seem like much time has passed between when Tokio first smashed and like being pregnant enough for them to realize it.
Right.
Because she started throwing up like, because like the way they played it, it was almost like she got sick. The friend died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the friend died, and then she was like sick almost like right after that, which was kind of also close to when they went and saw the baby. Unless they said some kind of time skip, it just doesn't feel like at least 6 weeks have passed between then. But I could be wrong. Like I mean, we might be spending a lot more time than I'm thinking, because if I'm just looking at where Maru and Kiriko have gone at this point, we could possibly have scaled a bunch of time. So I could be wrong. But I don't know if we're also even in the same timelines. Like everything that's happening in heaven is happening at the same time as what Maru them are doing. So I'm just not
that
sure.
part too. That is a very important part, because a lot of
Yeah.
they do that where they mix up the time frames that these things are happening. We find out at the end.
Yeah, like what if we find out at the end that this like happened in the past? Like what if we find out that this is what happened to some degree? You know what I mean? Like we're just assuming this is happening at the same time, but they could pull up on this and it's just completely destroyed and gone now.
Yeah, right.
And
exactly.
this was the origin of what happened to Earth.
I say, yeah, no, I agree with that, and that's how we find out. Yeah, I can see that.
Ooh, okay. Look, I was just like, every time I talk, I'll be like, that'll be cute. That'll be a gag. That would be a gag. If Kona and Tokio end up being Maru's parents.
If who?
If Tokio and Kona are Maru's parents, that would be a gag.
That would
be a gag. Yeah, that would be a gag. So
yeah, out of everything we said so far, that would probably be the biggest. That would be the biggest group.
Yeah, that would be the biggest. So I don't know, but I guess we'll just wrap up there, because I'm excited and I want to go back and watch it in sub, because I apparently missed stuff that I shouldn't have missed, and now I'm like, oh, I didn't see a few things. So I'm gonna go back with a little bit more knowledge of what I'm walking into now and see what I see.
Well, to be fair, I had probably the same journey you did. I watched all the dub, because you watched the dub, right?
No, I started with only sub, which is why, like, when you said that there was only so many episodes, I was confused, because I started off watching sub.
Oh yeah, because the dub only had like 8 episodes, and then or 6.
I think only 6. Yeah. 6. Yeah, you know how Hulu do. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch it in dub, honestly, as I'm packing. So
it's fun.
Yes. So I don't know. This is a good conversation. Hell's Paradise should be back next week. They took a week off, which is nice.
Yeah, so did My Hero. I feel so bad for Horikoshi. They say it's for production, but I'm like, no, this ain't production. This is,
really?
This is him.
Yeah,
I hope nothing don't happen. Hope he can heal.
Oh, is he sick? I just don't know anything.
They need to take a month off. I think it's like his health was initially I think they like have taken like pauses 6 times in the last like 6 months. I feel like.
Ooh, oh yeah. And so it's kind of like.
Yeah, the last time was the first time they changed the excuse and said it was production. They were saying that there was some changes to the last chapter they needed to make. But like I told you, the last 2 chapters that came out, I read them in like 15, 20 seconds. And it was kind of just like big key frank. Like there was like whole page images and stuff like that. So I figured it was like, well, so if I can't be sitting here creating new story, then you know the vibes, and you just create a bunch of images, Mr. Illustrator Man. You know, that's what I felt like. So I'm hoping that he can. They might need to just take a month off or something and just let him get himself together, because I feel like they're gonna work that man to the bone. Or he gonna pull a Bleach and be like, just rush through everything.
Or so many of like my favorite manga that just never finished at all. Which Nana, we're looking at you. We're looking at you, Nana. I'm still upset about it, because it's like one of the best and never finished. So, you know, it be like that sometimes, which is why I like stories that wrap up. The older I get, I've been burned too many times. So stuff like this that is like wrap it up. Demon Slayer is wrapped up. So
I
I'll watch
always
it.
just feel, unless you were just an absolute phenomenal game changing first season, I do be wanting at least a second. Like these one shots be pissing me off.
These what?
One shots, like where they only do a season, or they only
Yeah.
do a couple
Oh,
chapters of a manga.
there is like it's. I think it's just to send people to the manga, but I'd be like, bitch,
But even the
I don't.
mangas do it. One
I,
even Death Note had a one shot with
mm,
another guy with another book from Ryuk.
yeah, I don't do that. I don't care for that. But we'll be back. I guess what's okay. I'm like trying to think of my life right now. I'm gonna say we'll be back next Sunday because there's just too many good shows we're watching right now to just take a week off. I just can't. So we've gone through anime deserts, right? We've gone through times where we weren't really watching anything, so we had
Oh
to
yeah,
make
we're just
stuff.
coming
So
up
I'm
with
like,
topics.
yeah. So I'm like, look, we got a lot of content right now, anime to talk about. So like, I'm like, if it's while it's going, let's talk about it because
Right.
we haven't always had so much to eat. Like it was dry out here for a minute. It was dry out before
Living
Bleach.
on bread crust.
I was about to say before Bleach came back and Chainsaw Man, it was dry
Hard
out here.
out here for.
It was
I feel
hard
like it
out here.
started like immediately after Demon Slayer went off. We was kind of like, well, what
Basically.
now?
It was definitely a desert. But this year, see, we like now I'm like, okay, when all this stuff go off, we're gonna be outside. That's the plan. This stuff ends, we're gonna be outside. And that being said, I'm gonna be at DreamCon, so I'm getting ready for it. So I can't wait for that. And I really gotta start like crunch time. So that's what's gonna happen after this is done. So we'll catch y'all next week. And don't forget to keep it cute. And that's gonna be it.
Bye.
Bye.